you justify the suffering that your existence imposes on other sentient life on the planet? So I'm not just talking about the kids working in the sweatshops to make your clothes. I'm talking about suffering in the premise of all sentience. Can you justify your existence and the imposition of suffering?
Again, it's not about, that's not the equation. They're not the ones who are creating the problem, okay? It's about creating the problem. It's about being Dr. Frankenstein, not about being Frankenstein. Frankenstein's the victim. I'm the victim of somebody else's decision to play with consciousness. It wasn't my decision to play with it.
I guess the second question I'd like to ask is, if not, if you feel that your existence can't be justified, do you have any, what do you think the chances are that somewhere down the line you're going to do something that's going to make up for it?
We're not the ones who have to defend our existence. You have to defend your behavior, asshole.
The simple number 3 question is, why do you continue to exist if your existence can't be justified?
I mean, yeah, we're already in this shitty roller coaster, and now the decision is, well, you just jump off. And I've again made the point. You jump off, and you still leave the Frankenstein in charge. You still let if you leave Frankenstein's laboratory intact, okay, you as Frankenstein jumping off ain't gonna do you any goddamn good, because that motherfucker's gonna make another Frankenstein. So until you break Frankenstein's lab, okay, there's no gain in getting the fuck out of here. All you're gonna end up doing is changing the name of the victim. But yeah, it's gonna be another victim of this stupid, preposterous irrationality that compels you assholes to think you have a right to play with other people's welfare. You can't predict the future. We're stuck in a game we didn't instigate. By playing the game at all, you grow attachments and connections that just make getting out that much more difficult. And again, the bottom line is you have to pay to get out. You can't get out until you collect enough hardware resources to make it possible for you to jump that gauntlet that you have to jump to get the hell out of here. Because you assholes don't give people the free, graceful, dignified death they deserve. You're fucking weasels and cunts and sadistic motherfucking crazy bastards. You still haven't explained your alternative theory of life's origins and how sentience has acquired meaning, or how our existence has acquired meaning, beyond saying selfish people should just do their selfish thing, that we should just allow the DNA to own us, we should be completely controlled by a DNA molecule, we should just go by our impulses and our addictions and our attachments and our bullshit and be completely owned by a molecule that doesn't even have a fucking brain. And that's your fucking theory of life on Earth. That's why you are a complete asshole, an idiot, and a menace to sentience on planet Earth. Yeah, that harm, that suffering, that pain, that unpleasant sensation, the experiencing of it is the value in the universe. That there's nothing else in the universe of value but the capacity to harm a sentient creature. Now, if you have some other theory of value, if you can explain to me something that's valuable, that doesn't affect a sentient feeling creature, then let's hear that explanation, let's hear that theory. But I don't think you're going to come up with it.
If a life is causing too much unnecessary suffering, then that life can't be justified.
Even if we accepted the fact that our sensation of pleasure, our perception of the idea that we feel good, isn't, as I theorize, the consequence of creating first a negative state and then relieving the negative state. So it's a relative perception of positive value. There is no real positive. But even when we said there was a real positive, yes, you have to take the real positive of some human being feeling gratified because, you know, he punched the guy out and got a TKO or whatever in the 12th round or something, and he feels all good about himself. And so you have to justify that ego gratification at the price of another guy who feels like shit, who's also beat up. For what purpose? What was accomplished? For what gain?
And I won't get into why I think that that's completely absurd.
You're going to call something absurd, and yet you don't have the courage to sit there and explain why rationally you can make that assertion. I mean, it's a bold assertion. Back it up with something, you butthead.